we have the president of New Hampshire Technical Institute in our studio, and they are billed, of course, as Concord's Community College. They're a great partner and sponsor. President Tompkins in our studios, Emily on the public information side, and believe it or not, this month they are celebrating 60 years at NHTI. Mr. President, I'm a huge fan of our community college system, and it's been a great educational process this summer, meeting your team, and things are booming at your community college. You have a great new overview of what's going on there. The semester's underway, and you're looking for new instructors. But first, thanks for being in our studios.
Good morning, Jack. So good to see you, and good morning to your audience. Really appreciate the partnership we have, Jack, I think both of us trying to serve the needs of New Hampshire.
Well, for us, it's been a great way to educate and inform. It's like our segment with the state on public safety, talking about the jobs of the state police or public safety. But in your case, we've met the athletic directors, we met the development people. We've met, I still remember Emily, who's with us this morning, and done a great job quarterbacking this. And you're going to have to help me, the person who's the director of imaging, medical imaging.
Amy Von Kadich.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. And what's great is that was before you even had your commencement. And I remember like it was yesterday, she said, Jack, we have 150 students in our medical imaging healthcare program. Every one of them already has been hired before the commencement speaker. They're already hired.
Yep.
And many of them with a bonus. And I'm like, you can't say that about Dartmouth and Harvard, no offense. They've done one program, everyone's already hired. But anyway, President, how excited are you to get into another season now? And you've been at the helm now, how long has it been?
Yeah, I'm here a couple and a half years. So, I think your audience is probably a lot like me. We had the Hopkinton State Fair over Labor Day weekend, right? That's a kind of marker. And my 12-year-old, he's back at school at the Valley. And at NHTI, we have our returning students. We have our new students. A lot of excitement on the campus, Emily. A lot of buzz right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're seeing it. We're seeing it on our social media channels too. We are getting thousands of new students coming in, checking us out, going to events on campus, hanging out in the quad. Everyone's just very excited to be there.
Well, there's so many things I want to get to. The growth areas. I want to wait a moment and talk about your 60th coming up this month. You got some events, but also the need for more instructors in the trades. And I think this goes to the heart of your growth. Because what stands out to me of the community college system, and our community colleges, plural, is you're meeting the marketplace head on. The demands that employers have and needs, but you're also meeting the economics of families of all ages, your students, young and older. They can afford to go get a 2-year degree or more, and then they come out and get a job. And I know in education, at least in my case, I went to the University of Vermont, as listeners know, A and B or 1 and 2 didn't always add up to 3 and 4. In other words, what I studied indirectly has helped, but that's not what I went to school for. But you are hitting the nail on the head. And I think in the trades where you had 4,000 almost high school age graduating students at the Bringing Back the Trades that you did in the fall. We had Mike Rowe there. We were there. Spoke volumes. So speak about the growth areas, and you're looking for instructors.
Yeah, so that Bringing Back the Trades, I've never, ever seen anything like that. 4,000 high school students who are saying, I want a job where I actually know the product. And what we're finding in higher education in America today, people are questioning the value of a college education. And Jack, you've alluded to your college education. I was an English major, and we have young people saying, what's that going to get me? What's at the end of that? So we're seeing a much greater interest in practical applied programs, and especially they want short-term programs. Give me a program that I can afford that's going to lead directly to a job that's going to change my family. So we added, for example, LNA, licensed nurse assisting for success. We've added floor installation. A member of the community came up to us and said, we need floor installers. I can help you develop the program. We're partnering with the National Guard on space utilization for that. And carpentry. I want to mention that real quickly, Jack, because we started our carpentry program in the spring, and we just hired the instructor last week. It took us months to find a carpentry instructor. Wow. We had a board meeting this morning. The board said, where's your plumbing? Where's your electrical? So we want to add these trades programs, but we need your audience to help us out, Jack. We know that there are folks out there who they may be retired, they may have their own business, and they want to give back. There's no better way to give back to New Hampshire than to come and teach that next generation of electricians and plumbers.
Well, let me add to the president's message there. So many of you listen. I had a couple of builders this morning from an earlier segment check in from Northwood and York. No, Kittery. I'm sorry, Kittery, Maine. To your president's message there, the people that I know that own these plumbing and heating, HVAC, floor, walls, they're hardworking couples, been doing it a long time, and they might be a little bit tired physically from all the years of installation and work. And maybe you've had a little bit of a break. Maybe you've sold your business. Maybe you're selling your business. But you have a wealth of knowledge because you're a top-notch professional in your field. What a better way to have fun again by teaching younger people and encouraging younger people to go into your trade. So please contact, and you're going to tell us in a moment, or Emily, how to contact you. Plumbing, heating, HVAC, carpentry, builders. Even if you want to do part-time, I would think.
Absolutely.
They're looking for you. It sounds like a U.S. Army recruitment ad. They're looking for you.
Yeah, most of those positions are part-time. You're teaching one class. It's time to limit it, meaning that it starts on this date, it ends on that date. And you will have the satisfaction of knowing two things. One is that you might be hiring your future employee. You might be training them, but also you're helping all of us. You're helping raise the standard of living in New Hampshire. And I don't know about you, Jack. I had a great deal of difficulty getting both a plumber and an electrician to come to my house because they got all the work they need and not enough staff.
You know, you mentioned your trade show, Bringing Back the Trades, or the trade effort with Amanda Grapponi and the team, and we were there live. I don't know if you know, but Mike Rowe kept saying when he was on with me, I've never seen so many young people all upbeat with smiles on their face in one auditorium on one campus in my life. He goes, and I go all around the country. That was an amazing day. But, you know, I just think people have to understand, and Mike Rowe puts it very, very well, so I'm not going to try and do a better wordsmanship than him. But I've talked about it on my show. And my high school in Swampscott, Massachusetts, J-Dogs High School, shop classes is what we called them.
Yep.
Metal working, woodworking. I think of Spalding Regional High School. They do a super job over there. Why someone started looking down on the trades 20, 30 years ago versus up on the trades, because you still could have had your engineering and your math and your science students or pre-med. Why one had to go is beyond me. Now we're trying to bring them back fast and furious. But, you know, the millionaire next door is not the pilot. It's not the doctor anymore. It's not the engineer or lawyer. It's the plumbing and heating person. They're the ones that might have a second home up north in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire with snowmobiles or a lake house because they've worked hard and they have grown. And they're a multi-million-dollar business. So plumbing and heating, you know, as Mike Rose said, you need a plumber. The doctor's not going to come and fix your toilet. You know, there's nothing wrong. I just think that's and builders and to get out and use your hands. And I just think it's awesome. So if you're looking for work, what's the best way to follow up with you?
Yeah, so the best way, Emily.
So the best way would be to go to our website, NHTI.edu. But you can also call 603-230-4000, and we'll connect you with someone who's hiring. You can learn more about the program and find out how you can get involved.
So Emily put together, Doc, we're going to come back with you, president of NHTI, this great hand. What I love is it's basic and straightforward for people like me. Listen to these stats. 100% employment rate for healthcare programs.
Amazing, right?
That's dental, radiation therapy, technology, nursing, 100%.
Ortho. You get in those programs and complete those programs. Not only will you have a job, you're going to have a great paying job.
Okay, so you think that NHTI is local. Yeah, okay. 60-plus countries, students from all over the world. You don't think they have sports. 13 athletic teams competing nationally. You don't think it's worth the money. $230, by the way, or the value, $230 per credit for New Hampshire residents. Lowest tuition in the state offered by the 7 community colleges. Lowest tuition cost per capita in the state. And then 26 is the average age. I mean, these are just some of the stats up front. 20 clubs and organizations. This is bumping. This is happening. It's awesome.
Yeah, more the community college system of New Hampshire. So we're one of 7 community colleges in New Hampshire, top 10 in the country. New Hampshire, top in New England. I mean, that's something that we in New Hampshire really love, right?
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal, right?
It's not a small deal. It's a huge deal.
The New Hampshire Advantage, our governor talks about it. And part of the New Hampshire Advantage is our community college system.
Well, I think it's the jewel. And no disrespect, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I had kids that went through, a teacher, spent time and went through and graduated NHTI, as well as Plymouth, UNH, University of New Hampshire, Durham. So I'm a parent, proud parent of a Wildcat and all that. But I got to tell you, just look at the enrollment numbers. There's nothing to do with academic ego here. Look at the enrollment numbers of our four-year universities. It's just a reality of homes and economy and the marketplace. The enrollment numbers for 4 years are not going up; they're declining, and the enrollment at your place is growing. And a lot of it speaks for itself.
Yeah, we're seeing young people trying to make more practical decisions than we made when I was their age. They're saying, I need to support myself. I want to have a family. What's the best way to do that? I don't want to go away for 4 years, and I want a job that has a guarantee. I'm telling you, AI is not going to be my plumber.
And, under $10,000 a year, right?
Right.
For an associate's degree, 2 years, you're coming out. And many of these students, like in your health programs, and some of these are closer to $100,000 a year than they are 50. So it's pretty cool. We have good friends from New Hampshire Technical Institute, Concord's community college. I'd actually say one of the gems of all college opportunities in New Hampshire. Lowest tuition cost. When's the last time you heard that? Per credit in New Hampshire. So many of you have done amazing things in your life, professionals, whether it's in the building industry, flying, aviation, medical, doctors out there. In fact, Emily and President Tompkins, I was with I know it sounds like I'm not bragging here, but he's actually part of our family through marriage on one of the parents, but he's a neurosurgeon. And he's really good at it. He's been doing it a long time. I don't know, neurosurgery. That's like when you operate on the neck and the back and the disc, but delicate stuff. He goes, I'm terrified of retiring. What am I going to do? He said that. He goes, what am I going to do? And I'm thinking the information he could offer in a classroom to students looking at medical work, just think about orthopedic neuro. So if you're one of those folks, give back. And get paid for it part-time, but have a mission and a purpose in life.
We'd love to have them, Jack.
No, but people like that. There's so many out there.
Yeah, and it's incredibly rewarding. I'll make this promise. You contact us, you go in the classroom, you won't want to leave. The personal reward of, you've built your whole career developing your talent, your skill, your knowledge. And like the neurosurgeon you're talking about, what then, right? Well,
share it.
Our obligation is to share it, to pass it on.
Share it, right? And it's just I love the atmosphere on your campus. I'm looking at what Emily, this I love your overview here because it's just perfect. You can hand it out to a trustee, a student, a parent. It's perfect. It's not too much. It's just right. You got a lot of energy going on. You can't manufacture that. That's genuine or not. I always say it's like my show. You either have passion for what you're doing or you can't fake it, right? You got a big 60th celebration coming up. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we were founded in 1965 as New Hampshire's Technical Institute.
How was it founded, by the way? Just tell you offhand. Do you know? I'm just curious.
The chancellor told me this story not too long ago. It was the desire of the legislature to have a center in the capital city, a center of education in the capital city, because we don't have four-year institutions there, and so. We now have 7 community colleges, but NHTI was the first. It was the flagship.
Not know that.
It started. The other community colleges were strictly vocational schools, so they didn't award degrees. New Hampshire Technical Institute was designed to award associate degrees, and now we're very proud to say we have 7 community colleges throughout New Hampshire that do this good work.
Yeah, really
So tell
exciting.
us about the 60th, Emily.
Yeah, we can't wait. So coming up on Saturday, September 20th, we're inviting alumni to come back. So, Jack, I'm really excited to hear, do you think some of your listeners might have been to NHTI at some point in their life? Yeah, it's a huge part of the community. They might have even forgotten
they went. No, I'm kidding.
Right?
If it's like me sometimes, I was told something about something I did years ago on Hampton Beach safety, and I go, I did? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So in this process, we've even dug up photos of old classes. We see the old computer classes in the 70s. We see the dental classes with the full uniforms that they used to wear. So no matter what class you were a part of, you are invited to come back that day. It's our homecoming weekend. We have so much going on. There's alumni games. There's a volleyball tournament. There's a baseball double header. And what we're doing is we're inviting alumni to come back for lunch on Saturday afternoon. Bring your family. Kids are welcome. Awesome. We're going to have food trucks. Awesome. So come enjoy lunch, ice cream trucks. It's going to be super fun. We'll have yard games. You can come hang out on the quad.
September 20th.
Yes, September 20th, 11 to 2.
And Jack, we have thousands of alumni from NHTI. You know, 1965, 60 years. We have thousands and thousands. And so many of them, when I meet them in the community and they say, oh, you work at NHTI? I went there. I love that school. When we have new student orientation, I ask students, why did you choose NHTI? Number one, value. Yeah. They say, you've got that low-cost tuition. Another one is because of our programs. But the third reason is I know somebody who went to NHTI and they said it's awesome. So we're welcoming all of our alumni, whether you took a 6-week phlebotomy class or a 3-year dental hygiene program. Come on back to the campus, enjoy the food. Are we ordering good weather for the?
We have ordered great weather just for the yard game specifically.
I think regardless of the weather, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
September 20th. And by the way, to all the folks out there who've had great careers, you're going to hear this, another contrarian thought from yours truly. Retirement is overrated. I don't know how we screwed that one up, too. This model that you do one thing, and then at 55 or 60, you're done. And in the old days, you get a watch and a thank you. No. What do you do? Now, I like to fish. I love to hook a striper and let it go. I love to hit a golf ball once in a while. I couldn't do that every day if you paid me. I couldn't. I'm just me. So if you're out there and you got something to give back, doctor, nurse, professional builder, cabinet maker, plumbing and heating, look into NHTI, even if it's one day a week. It's going to be something that I promise you this. You'll probably even get paid for it, but your battery, your spiritual battery is going to get recharged. Because every time I'm around younger people talking about the show or supporting veterans, it's like when I plug my smartphone in overnight. I get recharged. It pumps me up. So give back, teach, and contact these folks. And it's the main admissions number, but Emily's going to give you a main number one more time.
Yeah, let me pull it up. So it's...
And tell them Jack sent you so I get some credit for teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers.
Whether you want to teach, whether you want to learn about the event.
Your friends can call you professor at social events.
There you go.
So our phone number is 603-230-4000, and you can also learn more at nhti.edu.
And when they call that number, should they ask for you, Emily? Should they talk to someone in the hiring side? What? Who should they ask for?
I heard Jack's radio program this morning, and I'm calling because I want to help.
Want to get involved.
We'll take it from there.
You got it from there.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. We're going to definitely get the president on and you before your big 60th. Either we'll be there or get you on the show talking about that weekend. Thank you both.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Always good to see you.